Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the kitchen. My name is Colleen if you're new here. Well, this is kind of part of the pantry makeover. I guess I'm in a nesting mode or something. I'm really getting into all this organizing and stuff. But again, this really needed to be done. So I'm going to insert a clip that I did when we started doing my kitchen pantry makeover. When we were doing that, this used to be an old ironing board cupboard thing. And when we moved in, Frank made some shelves for me, which we had never painted and stuff. So we did it all last week when we did the kitchen pantry. But I had never really organized it with spices. I have spices in so many different kinds of containers, as you can see, a big variety. Some I know I have duplicates of over the canning season and last canning season. I try and buy a lot of my spices in bulk, and things got thrown to the back of the pantry. And I'm pretty sure this year I bought duplicates of what I already had because I couldn't find half the stuff, and it was just easier to buy it again, which is very wasteful. But some of it's from the garden, things that I've dehydrated. It's from all over the place. And again, it's time for it to be done. So I ordered from Amazon. I'll show you them up close because I really like them. And they're all washed. Some I put back in the thing, in the tray it came in because I've already broken something else this morning. I didn't want to break any of these. They're a really good size and they fit in most of the shelves, not all of them, but that's okay because I'm going to keep some in these bigger containers. And what it doesn't all fit in here, I still have room in my big pantry. And they come with I'll show you closer, but they come with like a shaker lid, and they come with like a pouring spout. And I thought that was really good because a lot of the things I measure out, I need it to pour. So I liked that. They came with chalk labels. Now I found at it didn't come with the pen. I found at my local dollar store some chalk pens, but it's a really thick tip. So I don't know if that's going to work for today. If it doesn't, I just have some masking tape. I'm going to write on the jars what it is until I can find a finer tip. And other than that, I'm going to get going right away. Frank decided to take this organizing to an extra level. This little cabinet here used to be an ironing board closet thingy, and he turned it into a spice rack for me when we moved in and made all these nice shelves and that, but we never got around to painting it. So now we've just emptied it and he's going to paint it and make it all nice and pretty too. So he's going to do that now. And the kitchen's even more of a mess, but it'll all be worth it in the end, right, dear? Thank you. The first thing I'm going to do that's the easiest is process of elimination of the easy things. So my oregano, basil, and parsley, I probably use the most, and I'm fine with the containers they're in because they have a wide enough mouth. I can easily scoop even a large tablespoon in there. And I just spilt some. So I like what they're in. I have no problem with it. I could probably jazz up the labels I put on there, and they fit nicely in the shorter shelves. So they're gonna stay where I put them. They're well labeled, and I use them the most. They're right there. I'm going to have to zoom you in and out a lot because I like to see your face when I talk to you, and I want you to see everything that I'm doing properly. So I'd say half of these are what I would use like regularly, like garlic powder. But some of these are like things I only use seasonally, like mustard seed and stuff like that is mainly only for canning season when I'm doing like pickles and brines. So I want to get these into jars. But the other thing, when I buy, I don't know if they do this in the States or in other countries, let me know, because these annoy me. We get a lot of our spices in our grocery stores. They come in expensive bottles like this. Sometimes you have no choice but to buy certain things like that, or you get them less expensive in bags, or you get them in these little annoying plastic containers. And they're so hard to get you have to peel off these little plastic things. And then when you want to pour out, there's a little hole and a bigger hole. And it's not near like the edge of the container. So no matter how you do it, you waste because it spills. So these things for sure I want to put into jars, and most of them I use on a regular basis. So I think that's where we're going to start. But as I see, I have celery seed, and I'm pretty sure in these two towers I have celery seed as well. So that'll be the next thing. Let's work on these things because these are ultra annoying. I'll just make sure I don't have duplicates in this pile already. I did have a celery seed that I bought at the Amish store, and then one from this annoying package. And there's no way they're going to fit into that. And so because I don't even think that would fit into a jelly jar. Sorry for the noise. So, the set also came with a collapsible funnel. It's really cute. But I have a million other funnels. It'll just be easier for me to actually, I think I need to get my canning funnel. I think I'm going to find so many duplicates and triplicates. Now I checked the expiry date on both of these. This is August 24 and this is August 25. So when I put a label, I'm going to put the closest expiry date so I know, and I'll put the furthest one at the bottom. Celery seed, celery seed. And this will probably have to go into the big pantry eventually. Oh, they really cram these. I'm going to open it, it's going to explode. Ooh, that smells good. So just quickly, I'm going to stick a masking tape on there with the expiry date and what it is. Okay, well, actually, I have dill seed twice and I have dill weed twice. And this is good by November 24th and August 24th. And again, I'm going to need I'll probably need a quart jar. God, I wasn't kidding. That's from one container. I seriously need a quart jar for dillweed. I can't believe this. I'm going to go get a clean quart jar. So it just hit me. I'm guessing these are 2-cup containers, eh? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have 4 cups of dillweed. I do use it in my ranch dressing, but I don't need that much of it. Oh my goodness. How can it not even fit in my quart jar? If it weren't for the expiry dates, this is going to last me a lifetime. All right, so the date was August 24. Used one of these jars yet, and I want to. So I'm going to do pumpkin spice out of one of these annoying things. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I have a grocery list beside me. So anything I think I'm running low on, apparently not dill weed, I'll just keep this list here, and as I think I'm running low on something, I'll add it to the list. All right, let's see how this pen works. What was that expiry date? 11/25. Yeah, these aren't working. I'll probably have to go to a craft store to get a proper one. Back to the masking tape we go. Look, you can't even see that. It doesn't look nice because I'm using masking tape. I've written on the bottom the expiry date with the name. And if it comes from my garden, like the basil and oregano, I've written on the bottom, which year of the garden. Like generally when I dehydrate my own herbs, like the basil and oregano, because I usually have enough every summer to get me through and then some till the next year, I usually empty what I have from the previous year and start fresh every year. So I always write on the bottom like garden 2023 or whatever. So I write that on the jar because I always just put fresh every year and replenish it. What do you guys do for your onion powder and onion salt and that, you know, like, see, I just bought this and already there's like the hard little balls that you get in it. I don't know I keep them in airtight containers and everything. I don't know how to eliminate that. Especially like garlic powder. Unfortunately, guys, I'm going to have to pick this up again tomorrow. I'm not feeling so good. I'm tired. I'm going to go lie down for a bit. But I got quite a bit done. It's time consuming because I have to do everything through the funnels, make sure I'm labeling it right. I'm disappointed I can't put the chalk labels on right away to make it look pretty, but I'm already pleased with how it looks. And I made sure that I could close the doors with the pint jars, so that's not a problem. Even my massive amount of dill fits up there. So I only have 4 of these left to do, And then the rest is just deciding if a lot of this, if I want to keep in those jars and stuff like that. So I think the bulk of it's done. The rest should go a bit faster, and I'll just continue it tomorrow morning. So I'll see you in for you just a minute. Okay, we're back to finish this off. I'm 3/4 there, but to give me incentive to continue, to make it look pretty, I did find 2 chalk markers in my sewing / craft room. They're not quite as fine of a tip as I'd like, but they're doing the job. So what I'm doing is the jars that I already filled, I'm writing on the labels that were provided with the jars. I have to go over it twice, but it's doing the job for now. And now I can get rid of the masking tape right away. And I guess I'll put them in alphabetical order. I don't know how long that's going to last. But when I write the name, I have to go over it twice. So I'm trying to be very light-handed doing it. But I think it's going to look nice. I'm also trying to center the circle because I know that's going to drive Frank nuts. And what I'm doing, because like when I wrote on the masking tape, like I put ground clothes and I put the best before or expiry date. Well, I don't want that to show on the label because that's not pretty. So what I'm doing is I cut masking tape into tiny little pieces and I'm putting that at the bottom of the jar because I want to know, because like when I bought these things fill 2 of these jars. And I'm not going to go through 2 of these cloves, ground cloves, and the best before date is 10/24. Now I know it's still going to be good past that, but it's still good to know when the best before date is. So I'm putting it at the bottom of the jar so I don't have to see it. And then I'm just taking, and I have to let these dry a really long time. The first few I did, I picked them up like within a minute or so of doing them, and they smudged all over the place. So then I just try and put it on the center as best I can. And then, ta-da! So I think it's going to be good. At least it's organized. So I'll continue doing the rest of these. Oh, I had some here prepared I didn't even see. And then I'll show you when it's almost all done. I'm loving it. All right, I'm putting the last jar on the shelf. And I'm so happy with it. I kept just a few things. I'll bring you closer in a second, but I kept just a few things in their original jars. I figured they're very well sealed. They have the shaker tops on them anyway. These are spices that I don't use very often, so I kept a few like that. And like these have cinnamon sticks and stuff like that, so I didn't really feel the need to change them, but I'll bring you in closer and I'll show you. So I have some big things up there, that massive dill seed thing that'll take me a lifetime to get through. And Frank can alphabetize everything later. I'm not into that, but he will be very happy to do that. And then stuff from the garden, the herbs that I have, I just put labels on too. Some extracts, my big vanilla and stuff like that is in the big pantry. And these are from the garden too, and those ones are from the garden. So And then the ones we use the most, I have in more bulk sizes. And down here. So I'm pretty pleased with it. It's going to be such a pleasure trying to find something now. Or actually not find something, it'll be right there. So I even have a few jars left over. And they gave you extra stickers, but these wipe off. Like if I wasn't pleased with how I wrote it, they wipe off with the damp cloth. You just let it dry and you can rewrite it. I'm not sure I'm pleased with how I wrote things. Maybe later on I'll order some labels or something like that, but for now it's fine. So I'll link this in the description for you. I got it on Amazon. It was very reasonable. I don't like to spend money on stuff like this, but boy, was it worth it. I'm so happy with it. And yesterday, I must have put something, well, I did put something in this jar, but my senses right now are so full of smelling everything, and I think I spilled several things on me. I can't determine what this is. I didn't put a label on it, and now I can't figure out what it is for the life of me. I have no idea. I'll get Frank to sniff it, or I'll have to wait a day or two till my nose settles down from all the spices, but I can't figure out what it is, so I don't know. I have no idea. So thank you so much for spending time with me in the kitchen, and until we're together again, take care.